How's everybody doing? I'm Zach with Blades LLC. My wife and I own a lawn care company here in central Minnesota, so we cut grass full time. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are like me, had a lot of questions about getting into electric. This is the Stihl fsa135r. This is, I believe, comparable to the Stihl 131, just the regular gas trimmer. So we're going to talk a little bit about our first impressions on it. We've used it out in the field for a couple of days now, and we kind of know about what it's going to be like to operate this thing, the cost. We're going to talk about all that type of stuff here in this video, so stick around. And before we get too far into this video, why don't you go down and click on that subscribe button down in the bottom right hand corner, please, for me, and follow along. We're gonna try to keep you guys updated here on this and what it's like to run this commercially, and will it hold up. All those questions we're gonna answer down the road. You'll get to see this all over our channel, so stick around. We're gonna get into today's video right now. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna give you guys a brief rundown here on the system. It's actually pretty lightweight. I'll talk about a little bit how it feels. It feels a little bit lighter in the front, a little heavier in the back. Your back arm will notice the little bit of a weight difference, but other than that, it feels really nice. The power is very instant. It's quick, responsive. I'm going to talk about the power control is right here. So you bump this button, you can change it. There's 3 different modes, power modes on here. Just tap it to change the mode. We're back to 1. I often trim on just 2. 2 seems to be like the middle ground, has just enough power, not too much. If you're in super heavy stuff, you'd want to be on 3. And if you're trimming a really well-maintained yard, you can get away with 1. Stihl is a good, well-known company. We purchase only Stihl equipment. I have like $6,000 worth of it, I believe, and this accounts for about half of it. Just kidding. It doesn't, but it's close. It's very expensive to get into this. We're going to talk a little bit about what we paid for this and who it makes sense for. So we paid $750 for the kit, which included a charger, this AP300S battery, and then obviously the trimmer. We take the guard off of our trimmers, and I installed a Echo speed feed head on the end. So this particular AP300S battery costs around $250, just a touch over, I believe. And we purchased a second one, so my thought was to run one, be able to run one out in the field and charge the other one in the truck while we're running this one. So we have a inverter wired into the truck, and the charger is in the truck with us. However, I believe you would need 3 or 4 batteries if you're going to run it on a commercial level. So you're already talking around that $1,000 price point, you know, to have 3 or 4 batteries. So it's really expensive, honestly. I kind of have some regrets as to how much money I spent to try to make this work. The really nice thing about this, guys, is it's very neat, it's very quiet, it's very smooth. You don't have that rattling. I have tennis elbow. I really suffer with it, and to trim with this thing, it's a lot nicer. You don't have that vibration. However, like I said, the big downfall to this is going to be the cost, the investment out front. And you know, I don't know if we're doing things the wrong way, but if you guys have tips, if you guys have dabbled with the electric stuff, drop a comment down below and let me know if you have tips for me, tips and tricks that you've tried dabbling with the electric stuff. I'm really hoping to put out some good content for you guys. I'll show this thing in action. I'm gonna go ahead and do some trimming here with it so you can see kind of how it works.
he trims a lot faster than I do, so maybe I'm the problem.
Still full. Okay. It's good to know. Kettler, you do most of the trimming with that thing. What are your thoughts?
I really like the trimmer, but having to swap the batteries, and they're just so expensive. But we have, well, the truck is a mess. But we have our inverter in here. I think it's a 750.
Yeah, it's a 750 watt inverter wired in.
Yeah. And I don't know if it'll drain the truck battery, you know, when the truck's not running. So if you have to run the truck to charge the batteries, you're not really saving any money on gas there.
Right, it's a gas powered trimmer essentially, so
Basically, so.
Right. But what about the neatness of it? What do you think?
I mean, and I like it. It's nice that you don't have to mess with, you know, filling it up with gas, and
Right.
I mean, the power seems to be there. It's smooth. You don't get the rattle from the like the gas trimmers.
Yeah, for sure.
But, yeah, I mean, I like the unit. I just not so sure about the electric.
Yeah. It's mostly honestly the price point, right? It's a huge investment. And like I know Toro just came out with the Revolution or whatever, their electric series mowers, and the mower is supposed to run for like 7 hours, which is pretty impressive, but they told me the runtime with this trimmer was going to be like 45 minutes, and I think we maybe can touch a half an hour of runtime with it. So it's...
Yeah, I don't know if they're accurate on the trimming. I don't know if that's... Is that running it at the 3 bars full?
Yeah, I can't remember what they told me at the dealer.
I mean, we only run it at 2.
Yeah, we do.
So I don't know.
Yeah, so...
I don't know. Our opinion might change. I mean, like you said, we've only had it out for a couple of days, so...
Right.
Yeah. Might just need to work on figuring out how to be more efficient with charging it, too.
Yeah, there might be some tricks. And like I said, please leave a comment down below if you guys have tips and tricks for doing this, because obviously we have a lot of money sunk into this. Over $1,000 for a trimmer. I mean, we have our gas trimmers, those fsa135rs on the trailer. Those things are awesome, and honestly they're like 350 bucks. So I could have bought 3 brand new gas trimmers for what I have into that one. So I was just determined. I wanted to let you guys know. I really wanted to jump on here and just tell the truth about where these things are at. And you know, I believe there is a place for them, you know, like people that own farms or whatever. That's a pretty good place for it, I would say. You buy something like that, you're going to get a ton of years out of it. Honestly, it's going to be probably more than what you need. But
or if you do a lot of like I don't know, city lots, we have a lot of bigger.
Yeah, tell them about what we've gone through.
Today I think we did, well, I got a yard and a half out of 1 battery today. It was a bigger yard, but we have a lot. Our size varies a lot, so. But if you just had like your, you know, regular city lots,
like 1/4 acre, 1/3 acre.
Yeah, I think yesterday I did like 3.5 yards.
Yeah, so like 3, because 1 was small. So yeah. And that would make sense too, because we were out on what, 3/4 acre. I think we were out on like 3/4 acre, 1 acre yards, and it'll do about 3/4 to an acre on 1 battery.
Yeah.
And that's what it was doing yesterday too, of average trimming. So if you guys want to make a judgment off of that, you kind of can. You know, it's been pretty consistent in that aspect. So, but we're going to quit babbling here. You're going to hear a lot more about this thing to come, right? We're going to keep it. We're going to rock and roll with it, play around with it. And I wasn't paid by Stihl to say anything, obviously not. I bought this thing with our own money, and we just want to expose it and tell the truth about it. And honestly, I think Stihl has probably the best of the electric line. I feel like they're the farthest along, and so I think a lot of the other companies really have a long ways to go. I feel like Stihl is the closest. So we're gonna get to trimming here though. You'll see a lot more of the trimmer to come.